Hello, everybody, and welcome here tonight to USA International Speedway in Lakeland, Florida. My name is Zach Wetstein, Rebels Racing Network for Thunderstruck Super Series KinderOnly Lawn Care 125. Open up in 2 of the Tour Modified Series. Looks like we're just sticking with the Tour Modifieds this season instead of going in between the Tour Modified and the SK Modified. So to stick with one car this time around, and I'm really looking forward to it. We had a great season last time around, and looking forward to another great one. Our Season 1 champion of Ryan B. not here with us tonight, so starting off Week 1, somebody other than Ryan Bean going to win in the SK Modified Series. That's not saying anything ill towards these other drivers in this series. It's just Ryan Bean is really good in cars, so not here tonight. We'll see if he joins us later on in the season, hopefully next week. But yeah, kicking off a new season here tonight and kicking off Season 3 of the Super Late Model Series tomorrow night at USA International Speedway as well. Here's your race information. Sponsors: Magic Mike Motorsports, Manzo Motorsports, and logo not on there right now, but I will find a way to get Mesa Motorsports also sponsoring the series. We'll get that logo. Actually, I can find another place to get it, but I'll do that second. Actually, I'll do it now. Qualifying still going on. I'll put the leaderboard on top there just so you can. KinderOnly, the sponsor of tonight's race there in the title. Kinder on the pole so far. Be able to keep that. I'm going to go ahead and get that. Thank you by the way, for joining us here tonight. Another season, Thunderstruck Super Series. Been, a fun off season. Got to watch maybe some sports games on Wednesday and Thursday nights, but I always enjoy broadcasting these. Always have a lot of fun racing, and when you talk about growing up, your local short track racing, not these 1.5 to 2.5 mile racetracks. That's what this series really is. I mean, I don't know about this season, but last season we did go to a couple of big tracks, I think, but only a couple. Not in the SK Modified Series. Mainly just all these really short tracks and iRacing, and it's so fun to watch. I love short track racing, and so do these guys. Obviously, they love to race short tracks all the time, and that. Well, we're just going to stick with that tonight. I didn't mean to put that back. I will. All right. Everybody's starting to get it up here. That in just a second. Oh, yeah, this is. I forgot to mention that to anybody maybe new to the series and didn't watch last season. We will have a field of 20 if we have 20. We only have 17 tonight, 17 or 18, yeah, because there's main. But if we have 20 or more drivers, we will have 16 or more drivers. We'll have a B main. But we only field 20 in the feature race. So say we have 21 drivers, well, we'll have 6 drivers in that B main. Only 1 will be knocked out. That's not the case here tonight. We only have 3 drivers for the B main tonight. So everyone will make it. Really, all they're going to be doing is battling for who starts furthest in the field in the feature. See there, Kyle Roberts, Aaron, Mike Uribe for B main field. Whoever wins this will be only one is like only Mike Uribe fielded. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to find it. I'm quiet. Find it, we'll be good. But yeah, no co-host in the Wednesday series this time around, and that's okay. Always fun doing it by myself too. Fun doing it with someone and without, doesn't matter. Always a good time broadcasting. I cannot find the logo I want to find right now. Actually aggravating. Go. Found it, ladies and gentlemen, thankfully. There you go. Only Mike Uribe in the field now. For this B main, it'll be 20 laps. I forgot this never works. Really, we don't even need to use that. Let's go on board with Mike here. You guys an in-car view of what it's going to be like tonight. We only have one car in this field. Actually, a view of what the pace car looks like. That worked. There we go. Yeah, we're on board here with Magic Mike Uribe. As he is venture around here for 20 laps in this B main by himself here at USA International Speedway. Green flag is out. We're going to stay on board here with Mike as he hits the apron there a little bit. I imagine he's going to be messing around more than anything. He is by himself. This track, I believe, is a half-mile in length. I actually forgot the length of the track. Yep, just a little over half a mile, and pretty long straights for a short track. As you can see, not much banking to these turns. You're going to want to stick to that inside if you can. Oh, no! Mike Uribe is around. Not under caution, but that motor is smoke. Mike Uribe gonna have to get that thing fixed up and pull out. I'm very confused right now, but we'll figure it out. Gonna get that thing quick repaired and then back out on track. Get to turn the tires off. No, he did not. There he goes with the new car. Mike Uribe back out there on track. So hopefully B mains will be a little bit more filled up as we go in the season. Last season we did have a good amount of B mains where we at least had 6 people and one person would get knocked out. Not this time around, we only had one person. So it looks like we're going to have 16 in the feature race if Aaron Ward and Kyle Roberts both don't race. Mike Uribe back out there, completing lap 7. 13 laps left in this B main. Good practice for Mike for the race. Be out there alone on the track. And well, usually it helps, even if you just have 3 people, usually it helps to at least learn how the car feels racing other people on track in a race format. But unfortunately for Mike, he's the only one to grid up. He's out there. We'll take a look at the schedule real quick while he's running around. As we're at USA International Speedway tonight, led to Southern National Motorsports Park for 125 laps once again next week. Yeah, 125 laps everywhere we go this season, just like last. And Lucas Oil Raceway going to be the 3rd week. That's a fun racetrack, especially for these cars. Lanier National, Irwindale, Martinsville Speedway, that's one of your NASCAR racetracks. North Wilkesboro, a former NASCAR racetrack on the 16th there of June, sorry. Iowa Speedway, Bristol Motor Speedway, Richmond, the Bullring, and rounding out the schedule at Five Flag Speedway. Once again, 125 laps for each race, and we will field up to 20 cars. Main event, top 15 in qualifying advance automatically, and everybody else has to race it out in the B main. Open setups, 1 fast repair, and no extra sets of tires. That was one thing they talked about in the off season. Was when you go to these short tracks, you don't see them pit and take tires and take fuel. I believe they have fuel good as well. You just see them go out there and race it out, and that's what we're going to see this season. Not going to see much strategy down pit road, just what these guys can do on track, unless they're getting their cars fixed. If you are interested, we are still recruiting for both this and the Super Late Model Series, so if you're interested in short track racing, you like the modifieds, you like super late models, this league for you. Come on by. You can look us up on iRacing, Thunderstruck Super Series. I believe we're on Facebook as well. We'll get you in the Discord, get you into the league, and get you out there on track on Wednesday and Thursday nights. Got my nights mixed up. Six laps left in this B main. Mike Uribe just cruising around. And it's great to see Mike on track. Recently had some health issues that set him back, but he's doing better and back on iRacing, so it's always good to see that he's doing great. Go check out the Facebook chat and check out YouTube if anybody's talking in there. Say hello. Cherry, hello. How's it going? See you in Facebook chat. Going for number 76, Garrett Kinder. If he can't get it done tonight, he's starting on the pole, or at least the last time I looked, he was on the pole, so I imagine kept it, if not very close to the pole. Couple laps, we're gonna be done with this B main. We're gonna get a couple minutes of warm up if it's like last season, and then we'll get everybody gridded up, and we're gonna go racing for 125 laps here tonight. White flag is out. Gotta imagine that everybody in the Discord is just having fun with this, I guess you could say. The fact that Mike's out here alone. And Mike Uribe out of turn 4 going to win the B main. Lapping Aaron Ward and Kyle Roberts 20 times. That is the end of the main. 2 minutes for warm-up. And I will be right back. All right, I am back, and everybody out on track getting some warm-up laps in. 1 minute left. They get ready to go racing here at USA International Speedway. Be a fun one tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's race. Sit back, get some popcorn, whatever you like to eat, and you watch a show, because I think it's going to be a show tonight. It's going to be a great race. We're going to start off the season great. And it's going to be a fun, I believe, still 12-week season for modified guys. And then some of the same drivers here tonight will go right back to racing at USA tomorrow night, Thursday night, late model series. Up 15 seconds out. Ending. All right. That we move on to race grid. Okay, here we go. It's grid here for KinderOnly Lawn Care 125. Eric Kinder gets the pole spot with the 20.075. Patrick Drabick in second, new to the Wednesday Modified Series, along with his teammate Jamie Barkas starting this one third. Josh Oswald qualifies fourth with Joaquin Meza fifth position. Cody Boehm starting this one in sixth with Harold Rothery seventh. P8 tonight goes to Frank Barbary with Taylor Schmidt in ninth. Keith Thurst rounding out the top 10 tonight. Philip Manzo starting this one in the 11th position. 12th is Chud Bassett. Dave Jones starting this one in 13th. Michael Swing. Elliott Longenecker got the 15th and final spot to advance from qualifying. Magic Mike Uribe, you saw in the B main, starting this one 16th, and I believe Kyle Roberts and Aaron Ward are going to be in control. They didn't race in the B main. We'll see if maybe they just chose not to. Anyway, if they do race, they'll be starting 17th to round out the field. As they are off and rolling and ready to go racing for 125 laps. Be a good one. I'm glad they chose to stick with the Tour Modifieds. These are a lot of fun to watch and more power than the SK Modifieds. But you have to wheel it around a bit more, even with those wide tires and how much grip they have. That's the fun thing, is we watch them tonight in these Modifieds with wide tires and low to the ground, a lot of grip, and then we see them go to Thursday nights at the same track but in a different car, the super late model, which drives way differently. It's fun trying to see them adapt to two separate cars on the same racetrack night after night. imagine tonight you're not going to want to see those left sides too far from that bottom line. Maybe they can drift up a little bit to help get out of the turn, but I don't imagine you want to be too far off of that yellow/golden line down there. As the pace car is off, Season 2 of the Wednesday Modified Series is underway as Garrett Kinder and Patrick Drabick lead them to turn 1. Garrett Kinder holds on to the lead. Side by side for second place, Josh Oswald, Patrick Drabick. Josh Oswald started this one in 4th, already up to the 2nd position as he passes Patrick Drabick, and Cody Boehm trying to do the same. And we have a big wreck. One quick repair in this series, so this is, if you need to use it, this is their only chance to get their car fixed. And I forgot to put my Rebel Rewind on, so you guys are just going to have to live with the rewind today. All right. Here with, oh, doesn't show it on the play, but you see him spinning in front of him in a parking lot on the backstretch. Causing our first caution of the night. Let's take another look at that. Was team of Jamie Barkus. Oh no, Harold Rothery gets loose and nowhere for Jamie to go. Jamie started this one in 3rd, so I guess he had some issues before that. Put him in that position. Jamie, I imagine using quick repair, along with a lot of other drivers who made hard contact there. Early caution, and this one has us on lap 5 for the first caution of the year, or season, you want to call it. Garrett Kinder was able to hold on to the lead. Josh Oswald, we mentioned, moved up to the 2nd position. Started this one in 4th, so quick moves for that 17 machine. Speaking of big moves, Magic Mike, with that big wreck and able to avoid it, moves up from his 16th starting position to 8th. If this time around they get them lined up. Every time I look at that pace car, I'm glad that they changed the pace car. It needed a changing, and I like the look of it. It's a small detail. It's not important to the race, but I like the look of it. Lights go off on that pace car, so we're going to go back racing. After that wreck, we do have a car down a lap now. Josh Oswald, who made up 2 spots on the restart, now going to have to start on the outside of the front row. Able to get a good enough jump to try to take the lead away from Garrett Kinder. I'd have to imagine Garrett's going to try to do everything he can to hold on to that lead, because once he's able to stay in front of you, it's hard to pass him. So crucial for him to keep the lead after this first lap of the restart to turn 1. Car's off, and he gets a great jump. That's going to keep him in the lead, and Josh Oswald in 2nd Cody Boehm fighting on the outside for that second position. Strong move into turn 1 and 2, but not good enough. He is able to stay ahead of Patrick Drabick. Behind him, Joaquin Meza, Taylor Schmidt side by side for the 5th position. And wrecking behind him. Oh, I heard somebody in the wall. Wow, I don't know if that was just a glitch or if they were actually wrecking, but I hope I was not the only one to hear that. Eric Kinder holds on to the lead, but he has company. Josh Oswald, Cody Boehm right behind him. Try to challenge for the lead here early. Josh Oswald does look strong, but this is why you want to get the lead. If you can not make a mistake in the lead, it's not easy, but it is possible to hold somebody behind you for a long time. You know, there's just on these short tracks, there's not a whole lot of space to get a good enough run off the turn to make a pass into the next one. So that's what makes it tough when you're behind somebody here, or any short track for that matter. We're still under green now, and top 3 kind of running away with a little bit. Patrick Drabick in the 4th position. Joaquin Meza behind him in 5th. Taylor Schmidt, Chud Bassett are in a little bit of a battle for 6th. And the caution is back out. Dave Jones around. All kind of what happened there a little bit. Oh, man, as Dave Jones gets into Mike Uribe's left rear and sends him around enough to bring out the caution. For the second caution of the night. Once again, no tire sets available in pit road, and I believe they're good on fuel all the way. So unless you're a part of the wreck, you're going to see these guys staying out. They kind of wanted to replicate kind of what you see in person in real life. When you go to these short tracks, all they do is race. You don't see them pit tires for fuel. They just put enough in it to make it through the race, and you go race it out for however long. Tonight's 125 laps. So I love what they've done with the series. They had their first season of this last month, I guess you could say, and the second season for the Super Late Model Series. And so, you know, you learn a little bit from those past seasons, and you adapt and you add more or take away, I guess you could say. They took away tires and really the strategy of tires. And again, you don't see that strategy much in track racing. Go to your local short track, so I love what they've done. Shout out to Magic Mike Motorsports, Manzo Motorsports, and Meza Motorsports for sponsoring series. Not only tonight, but Thursday night late model series as well. Does a lot for a series to have 3 different teams and 3 different people sponsoring. That's a lot of people that have trust in your series that, you know, it's going to be a good one. You know, you don't want to put your name on a product you don't believe in, and all 3 of those guys absolutely believe in product of what kind of racing they do in this series. Cautions here early on, and we're about to go back racing. I imagine the lights will go off in the pace car this time around, and these guys will line up back 2 by 2 unless iRacing decides differently. Line back up. Garrett Kinder, Josh Oswald, once again your front row. Cody Bowen, Patrick Drabick, your second row there, third and fourth. Pace car's up. It's up to Garrett Kinder now when he wants to go. He is off. Another good jump keeps him in the lead. Josh Oswald right behind, and top four goes single file before turn one. Fifth place is where you see the first racing going on. That is Chud Bassett in the 04 on the outside, but it quickly dissolves, and Joaquin Meza holds on to the fifth position. Once again, that top three really separating themselves from everybody else. Look really strong here early on, and that was kind of what it looked like in practice, was a bunch of lap times very close together. And we're seeing that on track right now. We're not just seeing that in lap times, we're now seeing it with our own eyes, as this top three have not been separated by much when we've been under green flag racing. Josh Oswald gets a little squirrely out of four, but he's keeps that car straight. Or sorry, out of two. As just about everybody in the field single file it out now. Hopefully we'll get into a rhythm so that we can get a longer green flag run under our belts. Oh, Josh Oswald has to avoid the wall. That's going to open the door for Cody Bowen to try to take that second spot away. We're going to see now if that outside line is good enough to battle back, or if Josh Oswald's going to lose that second position. Josh Oswald able to hold Cody Bowen back, and he holds on to that second position. And while they do that, Garrett Kinder going to run away from him a little bit, about a half a second, little under half a second, as he enjoys watching those guys racing side by side. That's brought this group a little bit closer together. Patrick Drabick in fourth gets a little closer with that battling going on, and he has a handful behind him as Joaquin Meza starts a line of three cars that look hungry to get into that fourth position. Again, Joaquin Meza there, the closest in fifth. Dave Jones down pit road. Been there for about a minute and a half. And wow, even after that battling going on, Josh Oswald, once he cleared Cody Bowen, has made his way back to the back bumper, and there's a wreck. Tell who it was really with. Here. Or not. Oh, and there it is. Thirst bends Jamie Barkus, and wow, a tough start for Barkus. Been a part of two wrecks already. Neither to his fault. The tough thing about short tracks, more restarts you have, just jumble everybody back up, and that was pretty far after the restart, but once these guys can get into a rhythm, get 20, 30 laps clocked, that's when you can really start to get into a flag run. Just haven't been able to see that yet. Mike Uribe down pit road along with Jamie Barkus. Mike Uribe off of pit road now. And man, that battle for the lead was just heating back up. Josh Oswald had gotten to the back bumper of Garrett Kinder right when the caution came out. Now we're going to get to see him line up right next to each other once again on a restart, or in front and behind each other if they decide to go single file. Find out. By the way, if you are on iRacing, because I did just figure this out right before the stream, so if anybody watching is on iRacing and doesn't know, next-gen cars, NASCAR, have been released on iRacing. So have been interested in trying those out, and you're on iRacing, go get you a car. I've already got my Ford, and I'm going to give it a shot after this race. It's going to be some fun. You're not on iRacing? Well, I imagine you can find a stream if you're interested to see those cars in action, cockpit view. Got Kevin Kinder saying go G76. So another Kinder fan here tonight, rooting him on. And Kinder sits in the lead right now. Once again, has to have another clean restart if he wants to keep that lead. Done a good job so far. We'll see where he decides to go this time around. He'd kind of gone earlier rather than later these most recent times. He's going to hold them later this time, and he is off. The green flag is out, and everybody's curious for position. Top four single filed out once again, and just like last time, 5th place being fought for. Chud Bassett once again on the outside, Joaquin Meza on the inside, and Chud Bassett this time wins the bid for that 5th position, and that's going to open the door for Harold Rothery on the outside there in the one machine. Not able to take advantage, so Harold Rothery going to stay in 7th, and Joaquin Meza falls back to 6th. Chud Bassett started this one in 12th. He's up to 5th. A really strong car here early on in that 04 machine. Now working on the back bumper of Patrick Drabick. And what do you know, this top 3 starting to pull away from 4th place and are all bumper to bumper as they head down the back stretch. Garrett Kinder, Josh Oswald, and Cody Boehm, your top 3 there. The more they battle, the more they kind of stay in line. That's going to bring that 4th place car up to them. See there, Patrick Drabick not too far behind, about half a second or so. Because this is what it's kind of looked like here early on. Garrett Kinder in the lead, but Josh Oswald right behind him. And Garrett Kinder just running the perfect lane and holding on to that lead over Josh. But Bassett trying to hold on to that 5th position where he took it away from Joaquin Meza on that restart. And we have a car spinning around. Trying to tell who that is, but I can't get an eye on him. I am not sure who that was. I hope it wasn't Jamie Barkus. Very unfortunate. In front of him. Go here with Jamie Barkus if the spin was in front of him. Oh, there it is. That's Frank Barbary. Now we can take a look at going into turn 1. And contact between Frank Barbary and Taylor Schmidt sends that car around, and a good save from Frank, but iRacing still throws the caution for it. Caution number 4. Your KinderOnly Lawn Care 125, and looks like Jamie Barkus back on the lap. Hope everything looks good on stream. I installed a SSD drive today, so I had to freshly install Windows, freshly install everything that I needed to broadcast. So I hope everything is on par with how it usually is. Man, I hope that first of all we can get some green flag laps kind of put together, but I hope this group of cars is able to stay clean throughout this race, because I mean, we've seen that top 3 all be really close when we're under green flag, and we can have that kind of racing at the end of the race, and that would be a lot of fun. So obviously a good amount of race left to go, 83 laps, so can't be looking at the end of the race too soon, but what we've seen here early in this race, it's looking like it could be a good finish if we can get through the next 80 or so laps a little bit cleaner than we have the first 40. Once again, we'll bring up the schedule while we're under caution. Next week, heading to Southern National Motorsports Park for 125 laps, a 12th, and looking at the schedule, and Lucas Oil Week 3, IRP, whatever you want to call it, in your National Speedway, Irwindale, Martinsville, that's about the first half. North Wilkesboro, Iowa, Bristol, Richmond, Bullring, and Five Flags is the complete schedule for not only Modified Series, but the super late model. Line back up 2x2. Ready to go back racing. These cars off, and Garrett Kinder, wow, he holds them for a long time this time around, and that might hurt him. Not a good jump, and they're wrecking behind him, and that is going to be a big one. Trouble in the front of the field, and that starts everything. We're going to go back here. Oh, man, the 78 gets squirrely. That's Cody Boehm, and flipping right in front of the entire field. That's what happens when you have a spin at the front of the field. It's gonna be dangerous for the rest of the field. Be easier naming the people not involved in that wreck than it would be actually involved. I imagine anyways. I'm not going to. But a lot of people, you saw. At least 5 or 6, maybe 7 people involved in that wreck. Now here to lap 46 of 125, and make sure to tune in tomorrow night if you enjoy watching racing at USA International, or just any short track for that matter, as we head to the Super Late Model Series back here in Lakeland, Florida, on this half-mile racetrack. And looks like Josh Oswald was ahead of Garrett Kinder when that came out. I just looked back at the field. I was looking at my other screen. And, yeah, Josh Oswald was ahead of Garrett Kinder when that caution came out. And, man, that's another reason that getting a good jump if you're the leader is beneficial, not only to keep the lead if we stay green, but if a quick caution happens, you want to be ahead. Garrett Kinder was not. Josh Oswald was ahead, and he is the control car now. Pace lights are off. They will line back up 2 by 2. Same front row, but different order, and everybody behind them in a different order than the last time around with that wreck on the second row. Chud Bassett and Taylor Schmidt, second row. Or never mind, no, it's Harold Rothery. He's just hanging back, and something's going on with Harold. Oh, he's just wanted to fall to the end of the field, and it is grouped up back there. They were 3 wide going into turn 1. As we go back to the front, Josh Oswald, a great jump, and that helped Chud Bassett. He is in the second position. Garrett Kinder behind him now in third. Taylor Schmidt in fourth, and they are 2.5 seconds ahead of fifth place Jamie Barkus. What a wild restart. Harold Rothery looked like he just wanted to fall to the back, and that caused a big mix-up, and that, once again, has fourth place on at least 2.5 seconds ahead of fifth. It's Taylor Schmidt there in fourth, Garrett Kinder in third, Chud Bassett in second, and Josh Oswald had a good jump. Will keep the lead, and we are still green flag racing. A couple laps into the restart. Did not look like we were going to stay green, but everybody sorts through it well, and to start getting into the swing of things. Go back to the fifth position here. Jamie Barkus in front of his teammate, Patrick Drabick. And those two in front of 3 other cars, Frank Barbary, Cody Bowman, Harold Rothery, a pass for second. Garrett Kinder back up to the second spot. Passes Chud Bassett. And now he's going to set his eyes on Josh Oswald, who has built a second gap over him. 1 second gap. And now Taylor Schmidt going after Chud Bassett. And Chud Bassett holds on to the spot for now, fighting back on the outside. We're getting closer and closer to halfway in this race. Back to fifth place, still a line of cars, but Jamie Barkus has fallen back to 9th now. Patrick Drabick still leading this line and wrecking behind him, I think. Nope, we're good. Harold Rothery, never mind. I thought I saw smoke. Apologize. Maybe it's just the color of the track. I don't know. Josh Oswald, who I believe was not able to collect a win last season, is in the point and looks to get his first win this season, but still a while away. Now about a 9/10 gap for Josh Oswald over Garrett Kinder. So Kinder got into second, but not able to close that gap too quickly. Mike Uribe is down pit road. I'm not sure how long he's been there, but it's not even showing up on the screen. So he's been there for longer than at least a couple of minutes when it goes off of the screen. Bud Bassett, Taylor Schmidt have now fallen back from our top two, but they are still fighting for that third position. And they are 3 seconds ahead of Patrick Drabick, so pretty safe unless, obviously, they get side by side. Not sure this season if we'll have a co-host or a co-broadcaster for this series. I think I'm going to try, but at least for the first couple weeks, it'll be just solo. Cody Boehm, who's been running inside the top four for most of this race, back up to 6th after that wreck and working on the back bumper of Patrick Drabick, as this group has now split up. Was a group of 5, now a group of 2. Oh, and contact between Cody Boehm and Patrick Drabick has Drabick around in the grass and around on the track. Harold Rothery, nowhere to go. Caution is out for contact. Caution at halfway this race is Cody Boehm. You got to think, unfortunately, he's going to get an EOL for that. Start the wreck. Brought out the caution. Oh, that's a tough call for race control because I wouldn't give it to him. Drabick in front of him got on the apron, got loose, and nowhere to go for him. So I would not give him an EOL, but up to the discretion of race control. Now down pit road is Jamie Barkus and Patrick Drabick. Smoking right now after that hit. Past halfway, and this is maybe usually when you'd see people coming to get tires or something, but once again, no tires, no extra tire sets in this. You just race what you got from the start of the race. Really don't want to burn up the tires too quickly because you don't have any replacements sitting behind the wall on pit road. Have 7 cars out on track right now, others down pit road, and unfortunately you got to think some of those guys are going to get knocked out of the race because they've been in wrecks earlier in this race. Well, they used a quick repair there and then got in another wreck. That's it. So hopefully see at least some of them get those repairs and get back out on track, even if it means with a damaged car. Light's still on the pace car, so we'll do at least another lap before we get the one to go. Once again, Garrett Kinder and Josh Oswald still your top two. That's how it's been all race, just in a different order. All right, we're lined back up, ready to go back racing. Once again, past halfway now. Back half of this race, see if we can have a few less cautions than the first half. We have 8 cars, or Joaquin track he is. Lap down, or I believe he's multiple laps down. Yep, 2 laps down for Joaquin, 7 cars on the lead lap. Philip Manzo being the last of that. And I believe that's why fast repairs were limited this season, so that if you're a person causing wrecks multiple times, I don't want to call anybody out, but you can't just keep going down pit road getting your car fixed. So, yeah, with the limited quick repairs, that's going to cause people to be more careful, say, if they have to use their one quick repair. So this has limited the field to about 8 cars, maybe a little bit more, 9 or 10. And 7 cars on the lead lap. Out of those cars, we're side by side for third. Now fourth, that's Taylor Schmidt and Chud Bassett. As Taylor Schmidt takes the 4th position away, and Garrett Kinder was able to keep the 2nd spot, although Cody Bowen was close to taking it. And Cody Bowen back to the top 3 after trouble a little while ago. Josh Oswald, off of that restart, holds the lead and 7/10 over Garrett Kinder. So, unlike Garrett Kinder, Josh Oswald is able to get the lead and actually pull away a little bit. Not by over a second, but you don't always need to have a 1 second gap. At least 6 or 7/10 builds you a gap over that car, and it's been the only one able to do that so far in this race. Saw him behind Garrett Kinder earlier, so we knew maybe he might have some more speed than Garrett, and maybe showing that off now that he has clean air. Not necessarily with these cars, it's less dirty air and more you're just stuck behind the person, because from what I've heard in these cars, I don't run them much, but from what I've heard, when you talk trucks, Xfinity Cup cars, there is dirty air. When you get behind somebody, that car just does not drive the same. And in these cars, from what I've heard, there's not much dirty air that really messes with your car. It's just about being able to carry momentum out of the turn to make a pass, and you just don't have enough room to do that at a short track and get stuck behind a car, even if you're faster. And maybe we saw that with Josh Oswald. Right now, Garrett Kinder is under fire from Cody Bowen, the 2nd position. Now side by side down the back stretch. Cody Bowen gets squirrely. Garrett Kinder to the top of the track. Tough turn for Garrett, and that's going to give that 2nd spot to Cody Bowen. Now Garrett Kinder has to hold on over Taylor Schmidt behind him in the 66 car. Bud Bassett behind him in 5th, our biggest mover so far, started in 12th. Sitting in that 5th position is Sparks from the 78 car. And all this has allowed Josh Oswald to build a 1.3 second lead over Cody Bowen. Sitting comfortably for now with 45 laps to go in this one. This is one person who wants it to stay green the rest of the way, because if it does, he's sitting pretty good right now. Now a 1.5 seconds over Cody Bowen. Cody Boehm holding on over Garrett Kinder. It looks like the battle for this spot is not going to end anytime soon. Even though Cody Boehm came up and kind of took that spot away from Garrett Kinder, he's not been able to run away with it. So this battle going to last for a while. Still 7 cars on the lead lap. Here's Philip Manzo, that 7th car. Currently 5 seconds behind our leader. We're running 20-second laps here, or 20 seconds a lap here tonight. So about 15 seconds ahead of our leader, Josh Oswald, is Philip Manzo. Philip Manzo, one of the sponsors of this series, along with Joaquin Meza behind him, but not able to race for positions at 2 laps down. And fortunately, our 3rd sponsor of the series is sitting down in pit road. That's Magic Mike. Sweet looking ride, though. Unfortunate that he got wrecked out, but it is a sweet looking ride. Still about a 1.5-second gap from Cody Boehm to Josh Oswald, but more importantly for Cody, in my opinion, he has built about a 1/2-second gap over Garrett Kinder behind him. So finally able to get into a groove and pull away. Actually fights off at least a little bit of a piece into that lead. I would definitely think he has the time to catch back up to Josh Oswald if he has the speed with 38 laps to go. But, man, with 20-second laps, they can go by very quickly. So you got to start now to get back to Josh Oswald in time to not only battle for that spot, but to give yourself a chance to try to take it away. So that can take multiple laps, if not more, to try to get a good enough run to pass somebody. Although he was able to pass Garrett Kinder. Well, ever since that, as we have a car slow, I couldn't tell who that was. Cody Boehm blinked out, but he's back. Oh, now he's gone. But after that caution, around lap 63, gone racing for about 22 or 23 laps. So, I mean, this is a great, or well done by these drivers. After a good amount of cautions in that first half of the race, have gotten it together, and we've gone green for about 24, 25 laps. So, well done by these drivers. And Josh Oswald leading the way here. Although has given up a little bit of time to Cody Boehm. Not much, but at least a little bit of time. Still over a second. By the way, earlier when I was stumbling on my words, I meant to say job well done, but I couldn't put together the sentence correctly. Josh Oswald getting a little loose on the straightaways. That's going to give up a little bit of time to Cody Boehm. With 32 laps left. Still enough time for that 78 car to catch up. Garrett Kinder has fallen back 2 seconds now, a second behind Cody Boehm. So not in the lead spot like you'd like to be, but still a nice 3rd place running for that 76 car, and would get him a podium finish if we were to stay green, and he's able to hold on to that spot. 2 seconds over Taylor Schmidt, and well, Taylor Schmidt and Chud Bassett still pretty close together, about 4/10 in between those cars. They've been racing each other since that restart. Chud Bassett gets into the wall. Cars are pretty strong though, so that car should be able to keep going just fine. never brought up the track temperature, but I usually don't when it's nighttime. But you can look to your right. 75 degrees is the track temperature right now. I imagine that hasn't changed much from practice and qualifying or even the beginning of the race, just because it has been nighttime. Give you a track map real quick, just to see where everyone's running on track. Dave Jones already a lap down, but he's the closest to being put another lap down from Josh Oswald. The first lead lap car is the 44 there on your screen. The last lead lap car. The first closest to Josh Oswald anyways. They're about even when they go across the start-finish line there. So Josh Oswald going across the start-finish line, and oh, that's Joaquin Meza. I thought that was Philip Manzo. So Philip about 8 seconds back from Josh Oswald right now, so he's sitting pretty well to stay on the lead lap by the end of this race. Josh Oswald pretty much dominated this one after he took the lead away from Garrett Kinder, and still 1.3 seconds ahead of Cody Boehm. Let's go through your field real quick while we still have the time with 25 laps to go. Josh Oswald looking for the season opener here tonight in the lead. I believe has led the most laps now with 24 laps to go, looking to lock this one up. Cody Boehm, that early wreck in this race, has fought back all the way back to second, just one spot short. Could use a caution to get caught back up to our leader, Josh Oswald, and a chance to take that away from him and win this one. Garrett Kinder sitting in the third spot tonight, or right now, sorry, the pole sitter tonight. Falling back a couple positions, but still a great run from him, being that final podium position. Taylor Schmidt, our second biggest mover this race, sitting in fourth. Started this race in ninth, so great run from Taylor. Judd Bassett sitting in fifth in the 04 machine is our biggest mover of the night. Started this one in 12th. He, I said, sits in that fifth position. Jamie Barkus in the sixth position in that 15 car. Has been a really tough night for Jamie, but Jamie has stuck with it. Currently sits in sixth, I think. Jamie is a part of a couple early wrecks and has fought back to stay on the lead lap and inside the top 10 in sixth, and that's all you can ask of a driver, is to battle, even when it's been a tough night. Philip Manzo, your last lead lap car, sits in seventh. Nice run from Philip. Started this one in 11th. Joaquin Meza, the first car 2 laps down, in 8th. And that's another thing. You're a part of wrecks. You go a couple laps down. Sometimes you see people quit, but not Joaquin. He stick this one through, and just like a couple of other drivers as well. And I imagine the drivers who have dropped out tonight weren't due to quitting, just not able to drive their broken cars after being a part of multiple wrecks. Dave Jones sits in the 9th position right now. I don't believe he's last. Yeah, he's the last car on track. Yep. So he is the 9th place driver right now, a couple of laps down as well. Judd Bassett is down pit road from the 5th position. Not sure what happened there, but Judd is down pit road. And that is with 17 to go. Maybe try to find out after this race what happened there. But Josh Oswald, with 17 to go in that 17 car, still in the lead, and has now built that gap up to 2 seconds. And, well, if you saw it there in the back end of that screen, Cody Boehm is falling back to Garrett Kinder. So Garrett maybe finding a little a little bit of speed, along with Cody maybe losing a bit of speed on the back end of this run. So a battle for second with 16 laps to go, about to heat up. And, well, after the race, make sure not to leave too soon. You're going to hear from our top three. That's Josh Oswald, Cody Bowman, Garrett Kinder as of now. Cody Bowman able to hold on to that for now and maybe build a little bit of a gap between him and Kinder once again. You know, Garrett Kinder, the competitor he is wanting that second position and then a caution to come out. Even if he's third, a caution to come out, because then he'd be starting right behind our leader. So Garrett Kinder wants every spot he can get. Even if it's not the win, he can get second before the race ends. That'd still be a goal accomplished for him at this point of the race. Oswald going across the start-finish line with 12 laps to go now. How that car's feeling with 12 to go. I'd say that's the best feeling race car out there right now, because he is running away from everybody. And it looks tough to drive, though. Like I said, I don't really run these cars, and I probably wouldn't be very well. Probably wouldn't be very good if I ran in this series. Well, I'm broadcasting it, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not fast at it, broadcast it. Ten laps to go now here at USA International Speedway once again. Make sure to tune in tomorrow night for racing here at this half-mile short track. Same league, but different series. The Thursday night Super Late Model Series. Josh Oswald, your race leader right now, going to be in that. A couple other drivers in this series going to be there as well. While they're different cars and they may not help too much, you at least get a sense of how racing works at each racetrack that you go to in these modifieds, and I wonder if that maybe helps these drivers a little bit in those super late model cars. Obviously they don't drive the same, but like I said, you get a sense of how racing feels at this racetrack, kind of which line works. But again, much more grip for these modified cars, much wider tires, closer to the track. I say closer, I mean just a lot lower super late models. Josh Oswald getting close to some lap traffic, but I think he'll be just fine sitting behind that lap traffic if it means that we keep going green flag racing and he doesn't have any issues. See what he does if he gets to him before we finish this one. Also, the fun thing about these cars is they do better burnouts than the SK Modifieds do. So that's always a fun thing as well, even though it's doesn't really matter for the racing sense of it. But Josh Oswald passing some of that lap traffic. That was Dave Jones there with 3 to go. Laps to go now for Josh Oswald. Just needs to collect that white flag. He knows that nothing else can end this race but himself electing that checkered flag. Across the start-finish line, the white flag is out. Final lap here at USA International Speedway to kick off Season 2 of the Tour Modified Series here in the Thunderstruck Super Series. 3 and 4 for the final time. Josh Oswald is your Season 2 opener winner as Josh Oswald wins here at USA International Speedway. Cody Boehm across second, Garrett Kinder third. Podium finishers. Josh Oswald finishes where everybody else wanted to at first position. Race winner. Great second half of that race, and I'm not saying anything bad about the first half, but more cautions than you would like. So for them to clean it up better, the second half of the race, awesome. And then there's the celebratory beating and banging from his fellow competitors. All right, Josh Oswald has pulled off of the track. Now gonna hey Josh, it's Zach in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir, I got you.
Hey man, well we kind of talked about the theme of the season last season was you just wanted to you wanted to rack up more victories, and wow, what a way to start up the new season.
Yeah, second place no more. Finally, the bride no longer the bridesmaid. Finally got that monkey off my back.
Yeah, so take us through how your car felt, and also how beneficial was that caution when you were ahead of Garrett Kinder, because didn't see you give up the lead after that.
Yeah, I mean, I screwed up qualifying a little bit, and I think I started fourth, but the car was really, really good for the race. And I knew if I could just get ahead of Kinder, I could stay there. And it was perfect. Once I got that caution coming out while I was ahead of him was key, then I could control the restarts, give myself good, get good launches on every restart and kind of control the pace. And the car was just working flawlessly until like the last 3 or 4 laps. Then the tires really went away.
Yeah, I talked to the broadcasts and the folks that watching at home, kind of how the idea was to take away the tires, more like your local short tracks where they just go out there and run the whole race on what they got. I guess take us through kind of your and other admins' mindset with that, with taking away the tires and making it so everybody was good on fuel if they wanted to, building their set.
I mean, in most real life tour modified races or big modified races in general that I see, you're not allowed to change a tire unless you get a flat. So can't really get flats on iRacing. So you've got what you got. I think it makes for better racing and better strategy and eliminates the factor of, because these cars do take a long time to take tires. So almost all these short tracks we run at, you'll go a lap down getting tires. And then you have lap down guys with fresh tires coming through the lead lap cars. And it tends to create a mess sometimes. We're just trying to eliminate that and kind of level the playing field out.
Well, I said it on stream. I love the idea. You got what you got, and it was awesome. Great race. You got any shout-outs?
Yes, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Magic Mike Motorsports, Hitman Motorsports, and Mesa Motorsports for keeping everything alive. McConey Setup Shops for building us the setups that we were providing for Thunderstruck for Super Late Model and Modified. And you up in the booth, you do a great job for us every week. We love it. And just all the other admins at Thunderstruck that helped me keep this going. Tonight we had Aaron Ward, Elliot Longenecker, Mike Swink doing race control for us. They sacrificed their night and watched so we could race. So thanks to everybody.
Well, great race. I had a bunch of fun watching, and I'm looking forward to seeing you out there tomorrow night and probably talking to you.
Hopefully so. We'll see what we can get done.
Yep. Right. Josh Oswald, your race winner here tonight. Congrats to him. opening up the new season with a victory. Now we'll and get our second place finisher, Owen. Hey, Cody, this is Zach. You got a copy?
Yeah, how's it going?
It's going great, and it went great for you. You're able to finish second. Take us through kind of how your race went after that. I can't remember what lap it was on, but the wreck that happened earlier in the race. Take us through how it went after that fact.
It was pretty tough. I mean, I just kind of realized that you couldn't take tires. I forgot all about that. I was like, oh, I thought I was screwed because I figured I killed him when I was sliding like that. But yeah, I got the car fixed and I just came up through. And unfortunately, I did have to use a bumper a little bit. And sorry about that, but you got to do what you got to do to get up to the front.
Yeah, I mean that's short track racing, right? Take us through how that car felt at the end of the run. We did see you kind of fall back to Garrett. I don't know if it was you falling back to Garrett or if Garrett just found some speed, but take us through how your car was feeling there.
Really, really loose and kind of scary to drive. I was really just hanging on and hoping for a caution because I mean, I lost all sorts of grip in the rear. Every time you'd hit the brakes, the rear end would just try to kick out and almost like you would try to spin out. But I think Aaron or Garrett was having the same problem. So I mean, it was kind of kept us even. Um, but yeah, it was getting kind of rough there at the end. I was just really hoping to get a caution and get a heat cycle in him, and but it didn't happen. But you like to see Josh win. He helped me a lot with the setups and stuff, so I can't complain at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, it was a great race for you to fight back and finish second. So credit to you for that. You got any shout outs you want to throw out there?
Yeah, I want to shout out actually Josh again for helping me out with the setup because I mean if he didn't give me a real hot rod to race, I mean I would have been who knows in the back and not having nearly as much fun as I am now. But it was I had a good time and I'm really glad that we're back going with the modifieds. I mean these cars are probably the most fun to race on the on iRacing. So really excited to get back to it and hopefully we can win a championship.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch. Once again, congrats to you for second, and probably talk to you in the future as well.
Hope so. Hopefully I'm the first guy you interview next time.
Hey, hopefully. Hey, great race, man.
Thank you.
All right, that was your second place finisher, Cody Boehm. Now, finally, final spot of the podium, Garrett Kinder. Hey, Garrett, Zach in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, pole sitter tonight. Obviously, I know you'd like to, with your competitiveness, finish first. But hey, third place finish is still a great finish. Take us through how your race went.
Oh man, it started off really well. A few cautions out there at the beginning, and then we ended up with a long green flag run there towards the end, which was real nice. Setup was good. Early run started pushing pretty tight, and then started breaking really loose on entry and on exit. So missed the mark on the setup by just a touch. Something to work on in the future, but overall very pleased with the outcome. Super stoked for Josh getting his win over here, and good race to Cody as well.
Take us through kind of how when you had to race somebody on the outside or in the inside, and they're on your outside. Take us through how that felt, because I think I've raced here maybe a couple of times, but it didn't look entirely comfortable to race side by side in these turns.
It was fairly sketchy. If you're going for a pass, you definitely wanted to probably complete it in one turn because you didn't want to have to be battling side by side for a long amount of time. I think I might have got it done on the outside once. The rest of the time I was passed on the inside. The few cars that I did pass stayed up front for quite a bit tonight. But the guys I was racing, it was kind of ups and downs, insides and outsides. So it was sketchy. You're 100% correct on that.
I'll throw one last question at you, and then we'll get it wrapped up here. That early run where, and really, it went kind of through the whole race before that green flag run. The top three kind of stayed connected and then ran away like a train from fourth place. You've talked about sketchy with passing turns. How sketchy was that to have two cars breathing down your back and know that you got to run kind of that perfect line to stay in?
It was interesting, and I was glanced up in the mirror sometimes in the middle of the turns just to make sure I wasn't going to get run over so I could prepare for it. But honestly, running around Josh, seem like I'm running around Josh in every series we run in together. And then I raced around Cody in this series quite a bit. I know those guys are very capable of handling their cars and doing what they need to do and putting their cars in the right position to make good moves and not run over the guy in front of them. So wasn't too worried about it with us three up there. So, man, it was just a blast, us three up there just running, man.
It was a blast up here as well. You got any sponsor shout-outs you want to throw out there?
Absolutely, of course, want to thank Kinder Farm and Ranch. Mom, dad back home watching, along with brother and sister-in-law, Cody and Ashley, niece and nephew, Kane and Colby. Love y'all, miss y'all. Hope to see y'all soon. And everybody over at Reaper Racing, Full Send Racing, you up in the booth, and of course, everybody over at Thunderstroke Super Series. Josh is doing a heck of a job with this league, man.
By the way, I apologize to the family members that are watching because I went to click on your name and for some reason, oh, Josh's. So there's Garrett Kinder's name. There's his face. There's his hometown. I apologize about that. But always good talking to you, Garrett. Great finish tonight, and probably be talking to you in the future.
Appreciate you.
All right. That was Garrett Kinder, your third place finisher. And I'll leave that up there. Those family members can look at his face a little bit more, I guess. Again, I apologize about that. I don't know why I went to Josh. I meant to click. My bad. But great race tonight. Like I said, that second half, I believe they went all the way that second half of the race. Great job by everybody in this series to kind of recoup after early cautions and get into a rhythm and like I said, go green the rest of that second half. It was a lot of fun to broadcast, a lot of fun to watch. Modifieds and super late models are always fun to watch tracks, especially because of the drivers in the series. They put on a show every single week and makes it easy up here. It makes it way easier to broadcast with the show that they thank you guys for tuning in here tonight. That's your finishing results. Once again, Josh Oswald, your race winner. Congrats to him. Congrats to everybody else on the race. Yeah, make sure to tune in tomorrow night for the Super Late Model Series, and next week heading to National Motorsports Parks. Once again, one final time, thank you for tuning in here tonight. Zach Wetstein from Rebels Racing Network. Good night.